not very knowledgeable about sushi.
Even when we have a problem with your car, you don't try to fix it yourself, right?
Yeah.
You go to people who, like specialized on that.
Yeah. Absolute pro in gestalt therapy. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Get to Know Your Therapist. And today I am with the amazing Ainur Alipkaliyeva. And I hope I pronounced that properly. I pride myself in pronouncing names. So, Ainur, thank you so much for joining us. It's so good to see you.
Hi.
Hi.
For introducing me.
So, Ainur, why don't you introduce yourself?
Okay, yes, my name is Ainur Alipkaliyeva, and I'm a registered psychotherapist working at Building Bridges Therapy. And I do provide individual and couple therapy.
Amazing, amazing. So Ainur, you have been working here with us for a couple of months now, and already your schedule is starting to fill up quite a lot, which is amazing. So I know that this is not the first time you're doing therapy. You have a lot of experience doing therapy. So I'm so excited for other people to learn about you, to learn about your experience, what makes you such a unique therapist. But to start, I'm thinking, let's start from the beginning. So can you tell us what made you want to become a therapist?
Yes, I was practicing psychiatry first in my home country in Kazakhstan, which is in Central Asia. Maybe you've heard of that. And from my early years working as a psychiatrist, I realized that educating patients about their mental health issues and pharmacological treatment, it's not sufficient enough to help them to overcome their symptoms and prevent relapses. So then I decided to study therapy in addition to my medical education and training.
Wow. Okay, so see right there's a lot of things that are really unique. For you, the beginning of your story is I start off as a psychiatrist, which is amazing. And then you realize that being a therapist is something that fits you better. So what is the difference between a psychiatrist and a psychotherapist?
A psychiatrist is a medical doctor, and you have to go to medical school and then specialize in psychiatry, right? A medical doctor who can provide you with diagnosis on your mental health.
So like psychiatrists can do psychotherapy, right? Yeah.
Yes.
But but us psychotherapists like myself, I did not go to medical school at all. Didn't even come close. Didn't apply. So I cannot, prescribe medication or diagnose. So it sounds like you have the knowledge and ability to do both, to help someone on the psychological aspect and help someone in terms of medication.
Mm-hmm.
But it sounds like also you only do one of those here in Ontario. Is that correct?
Yes. I don't have a medical license here, so I cannot officially diagnose and prescribe medication here. Mm-hmm. And I am a licensed psychotherapist here in Ontario.
Okay, that's amazing. So you studied psychotherapy and psychiatry. What was something that you enjoyed about your training doing psychotherapy?
First, I started studying psychotherapy when I went to an international psychotherapy conference, where I was so lucky to meet my future teacher, Nifon Dolgopolov, and he was one of the leading psychologists in Russia.
Wow.
He was developing a gestalt approach in Russia. And he was the founder of the Moscow Institute of Gestalt and Psychodrama. So when I met him and I saw how he worked with clients, I asked him if I can, join his program, and he accepted me.
Wow, that's amazing. So gestalt therapy, my understanding is that it's German, right? But I imagine that this teacher of yours was one of the very first founders of gestalt therapy, at least in Russia, right?
In Russia.
Wow. So you are like an absolute pro in gestalt therapy. I mean, that's maybe you're too humble to say yes, but that's just me complimenting you because I'm allowed to. Most clients may not know much about gestalt therapy and what it is and what it's about. So if you had to explain it to the average person, what is gestalt therapy?
So basically it's, how we contact with the environment. At every moment of our life, right, we experience certain needs, including psychological needs. So the Gestalt therapy looks at how we interact with our environment to, to make our needs met.
In your opinion, how does therapy work?
So it helps people to know about themselves and understand themselves, and through that understanding to accept. And when we begin to, to understand ourselves, our emotions, thoughts, experiences, desires, in particular our repressed desires, when we know about resources, weaknesses, patterns, whatever, boundaries, it helps us to understand other people, our relationship with other people, right? So we start understanding how other people influence us and change us, and how we influence other people.
There's so many clients that reach out to us and say they just want to understand themselves better. So if you want to understand yourself better, reach out to Ainur because she can help you. That's pretty cool stuff. The next question I have is, what is your favorite part about being a therapist?
I believe that it's very rewarding, fulfilling, and enriching profession in terms of, the positive emotional results that you, when you see the outcomes of your work, right? Your cooperative work with the clients, not of course just your own work, but with your clients.
Do you find that it helps you grow too and helps you feel kind of fulfilled? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that is amazing. It is such a rewarding thing. So what is for you the hardest part about being a therapist, or your least favorite part about being a therapist?
I think the hardest part is like when you have to deal with your own limits. Right, when working with some clients, when you know that you can be present, but you cannot stop suffering. I think that's the difficult part.
Yeah, you have been practicing for many years, from my understanding. So I can only imagine that, of the thousands of people that you've helped, there's definitely been some who you felt like there's nothing you can really do to help them. And I can imagine that being very frustrating. The next question is, have you ever been to a therapist?
So as a professional therapist, I had to undergo my my own personal psychotherapy, and that was the requirement in Gestalt Institute where I certified, right? So you had to go through like many hours of group and individual therapy to be certified as a Gestalt therapist.
Wow.
So, and I think it's actually, it's a right thing to do if you're practicing psychotherapy, because you have to kind of, understand that you yourself as a therapist is responsible for your own state of psyche.
Right.
And to understand your own capacity to act.
Wow.
And also understand where is kind of, like where is the where is your kind of your own life experiences or difficulties affecting your work.
Right. Yeah, because we're not just, following a script that, oh, if the client says this, then we say this. It's we're using our own experiences, our own identities when we're working with clients, and our own struggles, concerns, weaknesses, whatever we call them, they can impact the work we do, right? So being aware of that can make a big difference.
It helps you understand what they're going through, right, when they come to therapy.
Yeah, exactly. And I think it also reinforces the idea that there's nothing wrong with seeing a therapist. It's not that, you are bad and sick and that's why you're seeing me, but I'm healthy and that's why I never go to therapy. It's something we all do. Wow. Yeah. Okay. So I wanted to do something that I've already been doing, which I'm sorry for doing. I've been asking you questions that I didn't tell you about in advance. So I'm going to ask you even more questions that I didn't tell in advance. A surprise, actually. So I hope you're ready for it. This is what I call the lightning round. Okay, so this is just, surprise questions where you just have to answer the very first thing that comes to mind. And there's no right or wrong answers. So are you ready?
Okay.
Okay, so lightning round. So Ainur, what is your favorite delivery food?
Delivery food. What comes to my mind is a sushi.
Sushi, okay. Very nice. What kind of sushi?
Just rolls.
Just rolls, right? Okay,
Yes.
yeah. I actually have had sushi maybe once or twice in my life. I actually am not very knowledgeable about sushi, and I know there's a lot of people out there that will be mad at me for that. So that's why I'm like, oh, what kind of sushi? Because I think there's different kinds. But okay, yeah. Next question. What is your favorite streaming television show?
I haven't been watching television for so
It's so busy, huh?
when I was last time watching TV shows.
Therapist hard at work.
Yeah, actually what I like watching here is the shows about home renovations.
Yes. It's like a completely different world, right? Where we're watching something where people care about something that it doesn't have to do with anything we do on a daily basis. There's no trauma, there's no, abuse, there's no well, actually there is sometimes marital conflict in home renovation shows. But yeah, that's amazing. What is your favorite hobby?
I love watercolor, ink painting.
Wow.
I love to try ceramics, sculptures, painting on the grass, making Japanese dolls.
Wow.
I like trying everything.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's like trying different food. It's the same.
Yeah.
Like you try different genres.
So you are an artist at heart.
Yes.
Wow, that's amazing.
And actually, gestalt therapy and psychotherapy itself, it's very, very creative process.
Yeah, absolutely. So every session of yours must be like a work of art.
Oh, I hope so.
That's amazing.
Like the highest desire in profession to make it art.
Yeah. Wow. So on the topic of art, what about music? What is your favorite kind of music?
Music? Can I say something?
Anything, yeah.
Have you ever heard about Dimash?
Dimash? No. What is that?
Uh, it's the name of
Oh,
one young singer
yeah.
from my country.
Oh, okay. How do you spell it?
Dimash.
Yeah. Dimash. Oh, Dimash. Dimash Kudabergen?
Yes, correct.
Ah, okay. I'm gonna listen to Dimash. He looks oh it started playing. He looks like a very handsome gentleman.
Yes. Yeah. So he actually, he combines so many different genres, and it's what I like in music too, like this kind of eclectic stuff.
Yeah. Wow. So like classical with pop and
Yes.
and opera and all this. Wow. Okay. I gotta check him out. All right. That's good. That's good. I like learning, and I like different kind of music genres. That's amazing. All right. Last question then is, are you a night owl or a morning bird?
I am a morning bird.
Morning bird.
But
Okay.
I actually changed.
But you could change.
Before I used to be an owl.
Yeah. I am still an owl, and I hope to change. But there's, but it's nice. There's nice things about both. All right. So you survived the lightning round. Well done. I know that's good job. So now a couple of more questions.
Mm-hmm.
So, Ainur, what is your therapist superpower?
Superpower. I think this is what we talk about. It's my clinical experience. Clinical experience, because I believe that it helps me to choose an appropriate kind of the approach.
Yeah.
Right, with a specific problem.
Yeah. Having all that experience is not something you can learn in a book. It's very, very valuable tool that you can't buy anywhere. So there's a lot of clients that are looking for someone who has that experience, because they feel like they need someone who really understands and really has seen it all and worked with it all, and that seems to be you, which is amazing. See, this is why I am so grateful to have you on our team, not only to help so many clients, but also to learn from you. I'm very, very grateful to be able to benefit from our therapists, especially you. So thank you. This is great. If people are on the fence about seeing a therapist, what do you want them to know, or what should they consider?
I think, when people dealing with some psychological issues, right, first of all, they need to understand that, for example, if you have a problem with your car, you don't try to fix it yourself, right?
Yeah.
You go to people who, specialized on that.
Yeah.
Spend most of their life, studying and practicing this profession.
That's such a true statement. Like, don't try and fix your transmission yourself unless you're a mechanic. Don't try to pull out your own teeth. See the professional. There's benefit to that. That's a great reminder. So, to end it here, I want to say thank you so much, Ainur, for everything that you've shared. We have one more question if you want, which is your self-care mental health tip. One last tip just for clients for self-care. What would it be?
I think it will be a search for a balance between the main domains of your life, which is taking care of your physical body, your social life, self-fulfillment, and spiritual life too.
Oh, balance is so important. And I love that it's not just balance for one thing, but it's balance for all these different aspects of your life. It's very holistic. It seems very gestalt in a way.
Yes.
Yeah. Amazing. All right. So with that, thank you so much, Ainur, for today. I hope everyone got a great chance to get to know Ainur. She is the expert. She is the experienced, knowledgeable therapist that knows what she's doing. If you are interested in therapy with Ainur, please reach out to her. You can check her out on her page on our website. You can book a free 15-minute call with her. You can book a session, whether for individual therapy or couple therapy. All right. So thank you so much, Ainur. Take care.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.